afternoon, everyone. I know I'm going live at an unconventional time, but I guess people will find me along the way. But I do want us to speak about like one of the shows that I have been enjoying so much. And we're supposed to be having the reunion, I guess. Well, they said tonight, Netflix said tonight, so I guess they said today rather in 24 hours time. High level. Please make sure that you like the stream, the live stream. Please do make sure that you like it. I'll wait for others. So I actually want to talk about a show that I've been watching. It's like a dating show that I have been watching, called The Ultimatum on Netflix. And we're supposed to be having the reunion today. And I woke up like in the AMs, like early, like ready to watch the reunion, only to find out that I don't know if they plan on releasing it at 8 o'clock or in the night. I really don't know like what's their plan. But like I was so bummed because I had planned I'm gonna wake up like just after like 12 in hopes that just after 12 they would have like released the episode. But like to my surprise, they haven't released it like even till now. So I see there's two of us in the live stream. Please say hello and like where are you tuning in from? But I want to talk about the ultimatum. Firstly, like what are your thoughts around like giving people the ultimatum, you guys? Like, are you a person, and excuse the noise, you guys, I live near the road, so you're gonna hear the noise. So firstly, I want to know like what are your thoughts around like giving a person like an ultimatum? Do you feel like it's reasonable to give a person an ultimatum, or do you feel like an ultimatum is just not necessary? Like why push a person like to even issue out an ultimatum? Because personally, for myself, I definitely believe like in ultimatums. So tell me, do you believe in ultimatums? Do you feel like no, ultimatums are just a no-go area and it just like ruins the whole relationship? Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think. Can you guys hear me, or is it my network? Am I fine? Like, is my sound or my network fine? I want to know. But I was saying personally, me, myself, and I definitely believe in ultimatums. And the reason why I believe in ultimatums is because I believe when you have a vision concerning something or concerning whatever, or when you have a goal concerning something. So for instance, if you have a goal or you have a vision that you are not going to date a person for over like 1 year, over a year, like you guys should be married, or there should be steps, like that, like steps that are advancing the relationship. I truly do think, thank you, lover. I truly do think that you should actually issue out the ultimatum. I don't think there's anything wrong with setting goals for yourself. And while you are setting goals for yourself, I don't see anything wrong with actually like telling the person, listen, these are my goals. These are the goals that I have in a relationship. And if I am not married, or if there's no advances in terms of marriage by this time, like for instance, in a year, then I am leaving. I think that's fair. I don't think a person is like reaching when they give or when they issue their partner an ultimatum. Because, like, why are we going to waste each other's time like that? You know? I think from get go, before we even get into the relationship, we should be at least dating with the purpose, at least dating to know like what we want to get out of this relationship. Unfortunately, sometimes when people are really like into you and they want what they want, they're gonna agree with you that yes, I want marriage, and yes, like I look at like you are potential. Then they get into a relationship knowing very well that they don't have intentions of settling down, or knowing very well that they don't have intentions of actually marrying you. And then there are also other instances where people change their mind. And I know this one is like a painful and a hurtful thing, but it's a real thing, you guys. And I see it a lot. I know there's some women who also experience this, but I see it a lot with men, that sometimes they enter relationships with women, and down the line they feel indifferent. They feel as if, you know what, like, I have changed, my feelings have changed. The only different thing is, like, with men, when they, or at least what I've mentioned, when they aren't interested in you anymore, they act up instead of just like telling you, listen, I'm no longer interested in you, I don't see this relationship working, like, I think we should break things off. They like keep you for as long as like they can, till they break you, basically. Hi Kiva, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. We're actually talking about a show that I'm actually watching, that I'm actually waiting for the reunion, called The Ultimatum on Netflix. I don't know if you are watching it, but I actually was asking, what is your view on giving people, or giving, or issuing your partner with an ultimatum? Do you believe in like issuing and giving your partner the ultimatum, or do you feel like it's just a waste of time? So I was saying, personally, I believe in giving a person an ultimatum and issuing a person with an ultimatum, because I mean, like, in this life, if you're not going to be clear about like what you want out of the relationship, what you want out of someone, then we're just going to be wasting each other's time. So I see nothing wrong with the person communicating that, listen, I am dating I am dating for the purpose of marriage. And because I'm dating for the purpose of marriage, I don't want no one who's going to be wasting my time. So if you aren't like willing to get married maybe in a year's time, then I am checking out, I am leaving, and I am willing to pursue a relationship with someone who's at least willing to work towards marriage. I don't think that is a hefty like ask. I think it's fair enough for a person to be completely honest with what they want out of a relationship. Stop playing. Hi, how are you? How are you doing on this beautiful Friday afternoon? What are you up to, and from which part of the world are you tuning in from? So yeah, I definitely believe in issuing a person the ultimatum. And if a person feels like your ultimatum is just a bit ridiculous and a bit too much, it's better they leave. It's better they leave and go and be with someone that they feel like aligns with their goals. But I don't think it's fair for a person to like keep giving a person like hopes that, you know what, I'm gonna marry you, or hopes that, no, I am in it with you, when you know very well that you don't want to marry the person, or either your mind has changed concerning the person, or either like you just don't, your goals, you and the person's goals are not aligned. Like, why keep the person around? Like, why keep a woman around and you know that you don't want to marry her, or you don't see her as a wife? Like, why do you want to keep her around? I feel like it's just selfish. I really just feel like it's just selfish, and you're just thinking for yourself, the benefits you get out of her, but you're not willing to do the right thing. And in this instance, the right thing is putting a ring on it. Kiva says, oh my gosh, I watched it in one day. One thing about me, when it comes to series, I try and be disciplined. I was like, no, I lie. I watched it in 2 days. I watched it in 2 days. But one thing about South Africans, you guys, like, one thing we have to give to South Africans, listen, put us on reality TV. We will bring the drama, because we are the drama. So these shows need to start like giving South Africans much more airtime. Because listen, with us, I will bring the drama. So I knew when I saw that advertising, I just knew that the drama in the show, it's gonna be on. So Kiva says, oh my gosh, I watched it in one day. I believe in ultimatums, but not on a reality TV show. Why not, Kiva? Why not? In real life, I'm all for it. On a public space to put your partner in that position, no, I was shook. Yeah. But you know, one thing I'm starting to realize, especially as South Africans, there's a lot of things that we are the drama, Shantina. We will give you content. We will give you content. And the sooner they realize that, the better for them, because we will give you, because I also saw that the show actually attracted international folks as well. International folks were like watching the show, and what like what threw me off, not what threw me off, but what was making me laugh was when the international folks were trying to pronounce names like Mkateko, they were like Kateko. Like that one is funny. Like I always enjoy like listening to them, like trying to pronounce our African names. Hi Kado, how are you doing, Kado? What are you up to on this Friday afternoon? I know, I'm sure you're sitting with a laptop there, Kado, because you and work and you and the laptop, you're always together. So yeah, what I was saying, that one thing I believe that as South Africa we are evolving, and evolving in a sense, like there's certain things that were like frowned upon in South Africa and in our cultures that now today is deemed as a norm. And I feel like once we see something overseas, it looks like it looks once we see something overseas, it looks like it's a far-fetched thing, but sooner or later it will be introduced into our world. So I think in overseas, giving people stuff like an ultimatum is like a normal thing. They've had that shows that like issued out ultimatums, and it's not a hoo-ha thing for them. I think here in South Africa, like it's shocking us because it's like out of the ordinary. It's not us to do like such things like on camera and in front of the whole world. But I definitely do think we're gonna see more of a norm of it. Even these dating shows where you take women to date many men, many guys, and the other way around. I definitely do think we're going to be seeing more of that within our South African streets. So we need to brace ourselves, because this is the new normal. They're making it the new normal. It's been shoved down our throats, and some people just love the opportunity. Like some people, when they see, like some people are on social media and they're trying to grow their social media streets. So when shows like this come, they just like, I'm grabbing it with both opportunities, and I'm going to make the best out of it. Faith Kahle, you on point. Hi Faith, how are you? Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for being here. Kado lol. My husband is like the guest so well. Laptop. My husband is like, she guessed so well. Laptop is in front of me. Yes. One thing about Kado. Working number one. Yeah. Yeah, I got that, Kado. So anyway, Kado, we're speaking about the ultimatum. I'm not so sure if you got to watch the ultimatum, the show. I'm waiting for the reunion. I woke up so early. Hmm? I woke up so early, you guys. I was like just after 12. I'm just waiting. And then when I switched on Netflix, Dololo, nothing. So I guess it's at 8. Because I saw like one of the Netflix, I don't know, like one of their stories where they were like commenting on someone something, and they were like, at 8 it's a date, but they didn't officially say that they're gonna release it at 8. So I don't really know, because I have been checking, but I guess 8 it is. But I can't wait. The things that are done for clouds, yeah, people are doing stuff for clouds, and I feel like people will always be people. Hey, people will always be people, but there they are, like already, like their social media platforms like has grown like no one's business, because they've been on the show. Oh, Kado, the ultimatum is about like South African couples giving each other the ultimatum. So, meaning that within the couple, one of the two wants to get married and the other one doesn't want to get married. So, going on the show means that you're going to give your partner, you give your partner an ultimatum. So, it's either by the end of those, I think it's 8 weeks, which is 2 months, By the end of those 8 weeks, that person needs to marry you, or if they don't marry you, they need to move on with their lives. So that's the ultimatum. Your partner basically is like, marry me within these 2 months. If you don't marry me, then move on with your life. But I'm just like, South Africans, shame. South Africans I don't know whether I want to say they don't like marriage, but the youth of, I don't know. I feel like there are some people who are for marriage, but I'm like, South Africans, like, there is a very big step to say someone must marry you. But I don't know. I know the overseas one, they make you actually, you have to sign, so you get married. So I don't know the one in South Africa, if they actually make you get married or where you go sign, or either like it's just like for vibes. We will hear from the reunion, but I do want to talk about the couples and get into the couples because I've got so much to say. And listen, I'm gonna be sitting with my red pen once the reunion is. And you know, one thing I don't like about reunions, sometimes I wish that like they can make me as like their host, because like I believe as a reunion host, you must ask the burning questions that the people want to hear. Don't ask your own questions there. Don't even try and be cordial or you trying to be respectful. No, we want you to ask the questions. Like, go on social media as a host. You must be on social media. So I've seen Salamina, who's the host, Salamina and host, and I'm saying host, Salamina and Hausa. They are a famous South African married couple. I love them. I saw Salamina has been very present on the social media streets, which is something I love. As the host of a show, you need to be present on the social media streets and see what people are saying. By the time we get there, please ask the burning questions. There's some people, I don't want them to leave their reunion not feeling anything, you guys. I want them to answer the burning questions. I really hope Salemina must not disappoint me. She must not. Yes, Kado, it's very interesting. I just feel like my sisters in South Africa, they must take the guys to that show. They must take the guys to that show, South African guys. I don't think they'll get married. Kiva, can we talk about the disrespectful girl, guys? I shake just thinking of her. Kiva, we might as well just start there. I saw Tabia and Genesis did the Lobola thing on, oh, is it? Oh, that is like one of Tabia and Genesis is like one of my favorite couples. Maybe let's start with them. So there's Tabia and Genesis. Tabia and Genesis, I believe they've been dating for 7 years. And Tabby is the one who actually issued the ultimatum. And the reason why she issued the ultimatum, she says that a person doesn't need 7 years to get to know whether they want to marry you or not. And listen, I agree with her. 7 years. Do you know 7 years, you guys? 7 years. A person doesn't need 7 years in order for them to decide whether they want to marry you. They are high school sweethearts. I love them. I just feel like, you see, Tabby and Genesis, I feel like they make such a good couple. I feel like they complement one another so well. Even their personalities, how they both bubbly, how they both always laughing, their vibe, like, yeah, that's Tabby and Genesis. I love it for them. But I do feel like, you see, Genesis, I feel like Genesis, in a sense, was robbed of the opportunity because of the girl that he chose. I feel like had he went into the trial marriage with what is that with Usizakele, I feel like maybe he would have got up to mischief. And I feel like Genesis was giving vibes like Uporegile, that he is with what is that lady's name, the white lady's name? What is her name, Conch? I felt like he was bored that he was with that white lady, because that white lady, one thing about white people, white people, they're committed to one another, hey? That guy and girl, when they came to the show, they had it in their mind that they are leaving the show with one another. So I think he was kind of bored of the fact that he didn't get to do much and explore the opportunity, because the white girl was like very conserved. The white girl was like very respectful of her partner and of the situation. So I feel like had he been with Usizakele, we would have seen Genesis get up to stuff. So I don't think it's that he didn't want to get up to stuff. I just feel like the partner he was with for trial marriages kind of limited him. And then, Kiba, since you know the show, I want to ask, what was your take on Utabi sending what's that guy's name? Sizagele's boyfriend. What's his name? I forgot his name now. It's gonna come back. What was your take on Usizag on Utabi sending that guy Ulungile? Yeah. What was your take on Usizagele sending Ulungile like a gift after? Like coming to the door and them acting all lovey-dovey. I'm like, hi, Mugel. Yo, hi, Pela Tabi looks smitten by Ulungile. Yo, shy. Like she looked like she was a girl. Like, you know, when a girl is like head over heels over a guy. Like she looked like she was head over heels. She looked like she was like crushing on him. Like she looked like she like had like a huge crush on Ulungile. Tabi was being spicy by saying that she was, but then when she also explained it that Ulung like she planned or she didn't want to send it, she didn't want to leave the gift the day when Lungile's girlfriend Caesar was coming back, it was gonna be off-ish. I kinda understood it, but the way they were even happy to see one another when she came to the door and dropped the stuff. I'm just like, no, guys. Like, I agree with Caesar. You guys had your time for a trial marriage. Within the trial marriage, you guys should have gotten one another gifts, did whatever you guys need to do. But by the time the trial marriage is over, like, cut all ties. Like, cut all ties. But I know that, like, from what I've seen, I know that Tabi, one thing about Tabi, she's a level headed girl. She's a level headed girl. She's a calculative girl. So I knew for sure there was no possible way she was going to leave with Ulungile. Like, I know that Ulungile was kind of like a crush for her, but I know that she loves Genesis and I know that she's invested in Genesis. So I love me a focused girl. I love me a focused girl and I love me a girl that's not gonna just be derailed by smallanyana feelings that just entered the chat. I know she's level-headed, so I knew very well there was no possible way she was gonna leave with Lungile, no matter how good the connection was. Tabi adored Ulungile. She was weighing her options with Genesis or Ulungile. Don't think she expected Genesis to propose. You don't think she expected Genesis to propose? I don't, honestly speaking, I didn't also think Genesis would propose, but the way Genesis was afraid, you could see that he's losing his girl. Like, you could see that. But I think genuinely, I think Genesis is a good guy. Like, I really do think Genesis is a good guy. And that's the thing, ne? I feel like as a lady, it's important for you to be able to tell because there's some guys, they are good men, but they're just not ready to make that decision. So it's important for you to be able to tell when you have a good man. Genesis is a good man. I don't want to lie. Or let me just say from what I've seen, because there's some people will shock you. So I think it's very important to be able to tell when you have a good man. And sometimes some men just need patience, you know. Some men like Genesis when he was explaining that the lobola thing in our black communities, you guys, is killing some people. For some cultures, it really does not make sense. Some cultures like really like push it to the extreme. I know in my culture, like Xhosas and Zulus, we push that lobola thing to the extreme. And sometimes like it just like it breaks up like possible couples just because they don't have the finances. And I don't think it's fair for people not to be able to at least explore whether they want to spend the rest of their lives together or not, just because the money is not there. I don't think it's fair. Genesis maybe just just woke up. The show was good for him. You never know what you got till it's gone. Hit him. Yes, yes. That show was an indication for him that when you see your woman being faithful to you, it's not that she doesn't have options. No, it's not that uphelele kuwe. No, it's not that. No, it's because she daily chooses you. Not that she doesn't have options or not that she's afraid to leave. She daily chooses you. So it was a good reflection that your woman she's capable of making connections with other men. Don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. But I'm happy for them that they took the step of amalobolo. But Genesis' story, because remember Utabi, she did explain that she doesn't feel like Genesis doesn't have the money. She just feels like he's scared. So he does have the money. And that makes me think, you guys, there's this lady that I know that told me her story that her current baby daddy, when they saving money, like he sends the money to her and she gets to save the money. So she was telling me that it's such a painful thing to be able to save money and you're able to see the money in the account. This money any day can come out and go and pay lobola for you, but the guy just doesn't want to go and pay lobola. So the money is there, but the guy is just like, he doesn't want to. Whenever she talks about paying lobola, making advances to her family, he's like, nope. So it just makes me wonder, some guys, is it that they really don't have money? Or is it that they really just don't want to? Because there are families, guys, that will hear you out. If you really have good intentions, you can go to the family and tell them, this is what I have. These are my intentions with your daughter. Just be open. There are some families that are, not all families are bad. So I'm glad that they took the step of ilobolo, and I really hope they see it through. But I really do see like a prosperous future for them. I really do see them like living happily ever after for years. And I really do wish them the best, because yeah, they are a great fit to one another. They're very level-headed people. So I'm happy for them. Then the next couple that I want us to speak about is Ukanya and Unkanteko. Okay, Kiba, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Kiba. Enjoy the rest of your day. So I guess, anyway, yeah. The next couple I want us to speak about is Ukanya and Unkanteko. And you guys, just speaking about Kanya and Nkateko, it irritates me. It irritates me so much, because I'm just like, sometimes when you look at someone's situation, you think you could have done better, but you don't really know, if you were in their shoes, if you would have acted any different. So Ukanya and Nkateko, they are a couple that has been dating for 1 year, 6 months. They've been a couple that have been dating for 1 year, 6 months, Kanya being the lady, Nkateko being the guy. And Ukanya is the one that issued the ultimatum. Excuse me. When Kanya issued the ultimatum, she issued the ultimatum because she's just like, I'm ready for marriage. She wants to have kids. She said she wants to have kids, but she doesn't want to have kids out of wedlock. But when the show started, you guys, Nkateko said something that when I saw it for the first time, I'm just like, my guy, like, how could you say that? But as I watched the show, I'm like, dude, I am not judging you. I completely understand. Nkateko said when the show was starting that he is not willing to take Ukanya off the shelf yet. And I'm like, what kind of statements is it for a guy to say, like, I'm not willing to take you off the shelf? I found it so odd, because I felt like if a guy's not willing to like marry you, at least he should say, I'm not ready to get married as yet. But for a guy to say like, I'm not willing to take you off the shelf, so meaning when you're on the shelf, like you are kind of there for like anyone who's willing to like take you off the shelf has the opportunity to do so. So the guy is not claiming you or not claiming anything, basically. But as I watch the show, you guys, I'm like, I get it. Don't you ever take that woman off the shelf. And I know some women will like come for me, but some women, you guys, let's just be honest, guys. Let's just be honest. Some women are not ready for marriage. And just the way we can speak about there are men that are not ready for marriage, some women are not ready for marriage. And I just think she is one of those women, she is not ready for a marriage. Fact is, when you get into marriage, there are some certain qualities that you should have that are really, and certain tools that should be in you that are really gonna assist you to build a marriage. If you have those tools, if you don't have those tools, then you should just be sitting it out. So I just feel like that lady should stay on the shelf for as long as she can. Any man who's willing to take that lady as his wife, I'm sorry. I am sorry. You are going to be like the man in Proverbs that they speak about. That man that is willing to go and sit on the rooftop because of your woman. You will be that man if you marry a woman like that. Hey babes, my network is taking bandla. Hey mama the boys, where have you been, mama the boys? Batung, mama the boys. Yeah, tell us if you don't want this YouTube thing anymore, because how are you doing though? Thank you for being here, even though your network is taking. Thank you so much for being here. I see there's 6 of us in the lives, guys. Please do say hi if you don't mind. Which part of the world are you tuning in from? Please don't forget to like this live stream. If you don't know how to like the live stream, there is 3 buttons on your top right of your screen. If you just select and press those 3 buttons, you'll see the option to like the video. So I was saying, guys, that some woman, I am telling you, no matter how beautiful, yes, some men, they will put themselves in a trap just because a woman is beautiful. You'll cry, my brother. You will cry. If you want to get married based on beauty, based on looks, and based on body, and the person doesn't have character, you're gonna cry, I'm telling you. You're gonna cry. Mohammed Isop, hi South Africa, you are beautiful, dear. Thank you so much, Mohammed. Thank you so much for being here. Are you in South Africa? Are you from South Africa? Lungisile, hi gorgeous. Hi gorgeous. How you doing, Lungisile? Or have you knocked off of work as yet? What are you up to? Lungisile, we're talking about the ultimatum. We're talking about the ultimatum. So anyway, I was speaking about Ukanya. You from South Africa, Northwest? Oh, okay. Thank you so much for being here, Mohammed. Please do make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so please do subscribe. I would absolutely appreciate that. Lungi, you still at work? Oh, okay. I thought by now. So shy, silly. But thank you so much for being here. So anyway, the couple I was speaking about is Ukanya and Unkateko. Kanya, guys, I don't even know like with this woman. I am from South Africa as well. I am in Pretoria. I'm in Gauteng. Kanya, I don't know. I've never met such a person who thinks and regards themselves so highly in my life. I've never, you guys. We always say that it's important for you as a person that you must value yourself, regard yourself highly, but there must be a limit, you guys. You can't be the type of person every room you walk into, you think you're better than every other girl, you think you're prettier than every other girl. I mean, at this point, if she really believes that she is prettier than everyone else, that she is the prize, why isn't she married by now? Because she behaves as if she is the prize, then that's beautiful. But like, if you really think you are that untouchable and you really think that you are the it girl, like, why are you not married by now? Because I mean, every man should be flooding to you by now, because that's how she acts. Sterling Fairs, greeting from England. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. What time is it in England and what are you up to at this time? So Ukanya behaves like a typical Xhosa lady. Let me just put it in that way. And I know I'm Xhosa, and if you are Xhosa, I'm sorry, but Xhosa girls have this thing about them. They have this thing where they feel like they are prettier than other girls. They have this thing about them. And maybe it's because, yes, Xhosa Hans, who are they? Abo Kanya. Yes, I'm talking about Kanya. Yes, I'm specifically talking about Kanya. Xhosa Hans have this thing about them. like many people who have lived with Xhosas will tell you that a lot of Xhosa women have this thing about them, especially when they when they are in setups with other tribes. They just think that they are the cream. They just have that thing. So Kanya came into the show with that mindset. She thought, yes, who is she? Sorry, I missed you when you started. You don't know Ukanya? Have you not been watching the Ultimatum? Kanya is the light skinned girl, the Ultimatum South Africa. It's the show that has been on Netflix. Yeah, it's a show that has been on Netflix. Her name is Kanya, the light and complexion girl. Oh, Lungisile, you would have enjoyed it so much. So the ultimatum is basically a show where like between the couple, like between the individuals in the couple, one wants to get married, the other one doesn't want to get married. So the other one issues an ultimatum that by 2 months or in 2 months you need to marry me. It's either you marry me or it's either you move on. So that's what the show is about. Except it's South Africans, and you know South Africans with the drama. So that's basically the show. Sterling Fairs at 2 minutes past two here in England. I'm chilling, man. Love like 2 minutes past two, like in the morning or in the afternoon. The Mpasanes Kanya annoys me. Yo, I love Ruth. You love Ruth. Now I'm judging Ruth for the decision she made. And Nina, as South Africans, you guys are toxic, yes. If it was a guy who did the things Ruth did, like the guy she did it with, you guys were coming for. Why are you guys not coming for Ruth? Why I guys, Ella, can we please stop being toxic? Let's call women out for their toxic behavior. Women must be called out as well. You can't, cheating is not good. And no matter what you cheat because he did not give you attention, you cheat because what cheating is bad, period, even if it's a woman. So I like Ruth, but we must call her out for what she did. But I think the thing that makes us give her grace is that she didn't lie about it. She admitted her faults. Lungisile, okay, I read comments on Twitter. Yeah, yeah, like I think it's like one of the best shows that have hit our South African screens. Michelle, I'm gonna try and pronounce your name. Michelle Labuskachny. Labuskachny. Am I pronouncing it well? Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? From which part of the world are you tuning in from? How is your afternoon going? I'm saying afternoon because I'm in South Africa and it's currently in the afternoon. You beautiful, by the way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Afternoon. Oh, it's in the afternoon, Sterling. Oh, okay. That's nice. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. Are you Zulu? No, I am not Zulu, Sterling. I'm actually closer. I am closer. Yeah, closer. But closer and Zulu, like similar to one another. Nonzu, hi everyone. Hi Nonzu, how you doing? Sterling, I love your take right there. Yes, women definitely need to be called out for what they're doing. Fill me in, ladies and the lost. We are speaking about the ultimatum, South Africa, the show, the ultimatum, which is on Netflix. Tell me, are you watching it? Have you been clued up regarding it? Yes, the Labaskachni, you said it well. I thought I was gonna butcher it. Thank you so much, Luisile. Um, the Mpasane's lol Ruth iya papa naye, but I love how vocal she is and she came clean. I love that. Like there's just something about someone that is able to admit their fault. Like there's just a respect that you have for them. And I think that's the thing that I appreciate about Ruth. But overall, as a person, I love like her personality. Love, 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 love her personality. Michelle says, yes, you are. Thank you. I'm good. And you? I'm from South Africa as well. Silver Legs side. Yes, Michelle, I am very well this afternoon. Yes, I am from South Africa, in Pretoria as well. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't mind, please do subscribe. I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I truly appreciate if you would help me reach my goal. Okay, no, I have not watched it. Nonzu, like it is. as I said, the best thing that's the like has hit South African screens. So as I was saying, so Ukanya has that mentality that she thinks she's prettier than every other girl, and she basically does not understand why, excuse me, she does not understand why this guy has not married her. So she's on the show because she's issued the ultimatum and she wants the guy to marry her. On the other side, the guy is like, I feel like there's things that we need to work through in order for us to head into marriage, that he feels like they are very crucial and there are issues that he feels like they need to work through before they head into marriage. Like, guys, I have never seen South Africa come for one person the way they came for Ukanya. Kanya, like, I have not seen not even one person who was on her side. Like, I think Kanya had a campaign to work on Instagram. So there's this video that she actually puts out on Instagram. She now has a baby. Fun fact, she has a baby. She has a baby outside of wedlock, and she had said that she is not willing to have a baby outside of wedlock. So I don't know what happened there. But she had, I believe she had campaigned work where she was promoting a prem for a brand. And what happened is that it so happened that by the time the show actually gained traction, she had just posted that video. And by the time she had posted that video, people on her comment section, you guys, were coming for her so much of what a vile human being she is. I have never seen such a vile human being in my life. And mind you, that is TV. That is television. And normally on television, people are just like willing to fake it and people are willing to just portray themselves in the best light. But her, like, it got so bad, you guys, that she had to take down the video. It got so bad that she had to close down her comment section. That's how much South Africa was coming for her. Because that girl is so vile, you guys. She's so nasty. And I'm like, I don't know what must be going through a person's mind for you just to be mean to people. Like, anytime I see mean people, I'm just like, there must be something that you're going through inside that you are just projecting upon other people, because there's no way you just wake up and just be mean to people. No way. So she closed her comment section and then she issued out an apology statement. She basically said, like, the things that were going on the show, guys, the events, how she was like body shaming the other girl. Like, there's this other girl who happened to make a match, was a match with her partner. Because what happens on the ultimatum, you issue your partner an ultimatum, and then after issuing your partner with the ultimatum, your partner basically goes and stay with another partner, with another woman or with another man for 4 weeks. It's called a trial marriage, and they get to basically possibly bond with another person. So it happened that her man, which is Nkateko, he bonded with another lady, which is Sizagele. And it happened that the lady he was bonding with, they hit it on so well and so strong. She was like jealous. She was jealous. So the girl that was hitting it on with her man happened to be a chubby woman. And tell me why Ukanya was body shaming the lady. She'd call her like a fatty boom boom lady. She'd call her like, you need to lose weight. Like, she was just body shaming the lady and being like so rude to the lady just because her boyfriend happened to make a connection with another woman. But that's how much she thinks so highly of herself that she just doesn't believe that her man is capable of liking another woman, because she's the prize. That's how toxic she is. Michelle says, "You're so nice." Thank you so much, Michelle. Gosh, you truly just have a beautiful beauty and a nice, chatty personality. The world needs more people like you. Oh, Michelle, you're going to make me cry. Thank you so much. The compliment is so heartwarming. Like, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate the love so much. Thank you so much. Nonzu says, I'm just going to here on mute, still working. Thank you, Nonzu. Thank you so much. Guys, please don't forget. Oh, I missed you, Linda. Sorry, I missed your comment there. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? What are you up to on this evening? evening. What are you up to this afternoon? What are you up to? Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like the live stream. So Ukanya, you guys, the whole South Africa is just coming for her because she was so mean. Like, and then Ukanya happened to have a trial marriage with this other guy, Isaac. Kanya, you guys, like what would happen? Because basically on the show, you're having a trial marriage with someone else, but you guys' life basically still gets to go on. So she says she's an entrepreneur and she's an entrepreneur working from home. We really don't know what she does. She said she does some sort of decor work or something. She's an interior designer, something like that. But the guy she was doing a trial marriage with, the guy she was matched with, Isaac, he needed to go to work every day. And what Isaac said, Kanya would stay home the whole day, you guys. She would make food and use dishes and leave those dishes in a sink. She would leave those dishes in a sink up until they pile up. And by the time Isaac comes back from work, she is sitting on her phone, looking all cute, busy on the socials. Just imagine how inconsiderate that is, guys. If you are working a 9 to 5, you know very well, especially if you have to go into the office. By the time you get back from work, like that's the last thing you want to see. Like a person who has not left the house the whole day, is sitting on the bed looking cute for themselves, has made themselves countless number of meals and has left the dishes only for you to come back and do the dishes. Like how inconsiderate is that? So Isaac eventually got tired and he was like, you know what? I've actually noticed that every time I come back from work, I find dishes in the sink. By the time I leave in the morning, there's no dishes in the sink. The sink is clean. But by the time I come back, there's dishes in the sink. And because I need to make something to eat, I am bound to wash the dishes. Mind you, Kanya doesn't believe in cooking. She doesn't believe in cooking. She says that she doesn't believe that she needs to baby a man. So she's not going to cook. You, as the man, basically need to come home and buy takeaways because she is not willing to cook. I get the whole thing if you're not willing to cook, but why leave dishes in the sink only for someone else to come and wash the sink? So when he called her out for that, he was like, listen, I don't appreciate the fact that I've had a long day, and then I come back, I want to make something to eat, and before I make something to eat, I need to basically wash the dishes that are filled in the sink. Her response was basically like, I didn't ask you to wash the dishes. That is her response. She's like, I didn't ask you to wash the dishes. If you don't feel like washing the dishes, leave them. Ma'am, such a sour attitude at your grown age. She's like, no, I didn't ask you to wash the dishes. Why are you making noise for me? You are not obliged to wash the dishes. Like, stop making noise at me as if you are like my father telling me to wash dishes. I'm gonna wash dishes whenever I want to wash dishes. Stop making your problems my problems. I'm like, ma'am. And Isaac is like, I'm not trying to make your problems my problems, but it's just inconsiderate. And she's like, yeah, it's inconsiderate for you. That is your problem. Don't make your problems my problems. Guys, like, I was so surprised, like a grown up behaving in that way. A grown up behaving in that way. Mind you, guys, he's coming back from work, washing the dishes. He needs to cook, and the same food he's gonna cook, she's gonna eat the same food. She eats the very same food he's cooking. So that girl is just, I don't know, what do you think of yourself and how highly you esteem yourself to treat another human being like that? Like, that is just not okay. The Red Fox 9, hello. Hi, the Red Fox. How are you doing this afternoon? Which part of the world are you tuning in from? Linda says, which show is this? It's The Ultimatum. It's called The Ultimatum. It is a show on Netflix. Sterling says, Kanya is tripping. That's why at this point, I'm just like, the way she is so toxic, I just believe that any man who gets to marry a woman like her is just putting himself in trouble, honestly. She says she doesn't believe in 50-50. She doesn't believe that that she needs to buy groceries. She needs to go half and half with the man for groceries. The man basically needs to take care of her emotionally and financially. I'm like, but ma'am, you want a man to take care of you emotionally, yet emotionally you don't even know how to treat other people well. I mean, Isaac was her trial partner. It's not even a man that she knows like that. So for her to treat him like that, that just goes to show like what type of person she is. So she wanted Isaac. Every day Isaac must come back. She writes a list basically. Yes, Kanya is very hot. She's very hot. She would write a list. In the morning, she writes a list. This is what I need today. I need my grapes for my smoothie. I need my strawberries. I need my full cream. My full cream, what is it called? My full cream double plain yogurt. I need takeaways because I'm not gonna cook. Just buy me a salad. She basically writes a list each and every day, gives it to him, and by the time he comes back, he needs to come back with that list. She's not gonna cook. Man, that girl. Time to dump her. No, she really needs to be dumped. Masimzukise Msongelwa. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being on this live. What are you up to this afternoon and where are you tuning in from? I see you mentioned you live in South Africa. Where in South Africa and how is the weather today on your end? Yeah, Kanya is hot. That's how I was saying some men put themselves in situations where they're willing to compromise really important qualities that you should consider in a potential partner just because she's hot. She is your yellow bone. She's light skinned. She's got dimples. She's pretty. She's got the body, guys. Like the body is bodying. Listen, I am not gonna fault her there. For me, she is a 10. Let me not say 10. Let me just say 9. She is a solid 8, 9 out of 10. Like she's really good looking. She is good looking. She's the type of girl that when she walks into a room, definitely a lot of guys would like go for her. Up until she opens her mouth. Up until she opens her mouth. Uncle Bob, how are you doing? Come drink a Corona here in East London. Why do East London people like booze so much, Uncle Bob? Like East London people, you guys and booze. Why am I saying boobs? You guys and booze. You guys like can like drink each and every like day. Like what's up with East London? What's going on in East London? No kyala. Lungisile lol. Hectic lo Kanya. Yeah. And I can't wait to see her on the reunion. Sterling, I'd like to know, is she hot? She really is hot. King Williamstown, it's bad. It's bad as in the heat. Is the heat bad? Uncle Bob says, a lekker boerewors. I love myself a lekker boerewors. Like, I love boerewors. Love me, love me. Chabulile Mhluli. Hi, Chabulile. How are you doing? How are you doing this afternoon? The weather is bad. I meant booze. I meant booze. I meant booze as in alcohol. Masimzugi it's raining. Wow, okay. And it's like extremely hot here in Pretoria. It's hot. It's hot. Nonzu, ouch, I am hurting Sana. I am from East London. Sorry, but I've noticed that like groove, people from East London love groove and alcohol. Those are the two things. Am I wrong, Nonzu? Am I wrong? Or am I just like not everyone? So anyway, yes, Vors is a sausage, yes. Just like an elite type. Vors is an elite type of sausage. East London, let's open a cold one. So anyway, so Ukanya, that's how Val, she's just been mean to everyone. She doesn't cook. She'd go into people's houses because everyone gets their own house or their own apartment. She'd go and visit other people's apartments, and when she gets there, she'd be like, oh, guys, like, what are you eating today? And then she'd be like, oh, this meat is so dry. Oh, this meat is so what. Oh, the meat is... Like, guys, imagine going into someone else's household, asking them, like, what are you eating today? And then by the time they dish up food for you or they give you food, you're like, oh, this food is so spicy. Oh, this food is so hard. Oh, this food is so what. Like, That's why I was asking you, Linda, where are you from? Because you said Soshanguve. That because you said you do some sort of rentals in Soshanguve and I live in Soshanguve. So hence I was asking you like where are you from? So anyway, so imagine a person like coming into your house and saying they're hungry, and you give them a plate of food, and this person's like, oh, this meat is not properly fried. Oh, this meat is too hard. Oh, this meat is too, like, why don't you just stay in your own apartment and make something for yourself? She'd be like, oh no, this food is too watered. And then she'd end it by saying, but I'm not complaining. And I'm like, but you are complaining. Like, that's just the type of person she's fussy. She is like, yeah. So anyway, she wanted the guy, she issued the guy with the ultimatum. She wanted the guy to marry her. So the guy, so it happens to come out that the guy's mother does not like the girl. The guy's mother said that, quite frankly, she believes that Kanya will never change. And quite frankly, she believes that Kanya is not a good fit for her son. Now, guys, like, tell me, like, let me just lay this out for you. These people have been dating for 1 year, 6 months, right? 1 year, 6 months is a really short time, according to me. They've been dating for 1 year, 6 months. For the mother to have an opinion that she doesn't want nothing to do with this woman, and that, quite frankly, she feels like this woman is not a good fit for a son, within 1 year, 6 months, like, this person must have done like really something huge. Mind you, the mother is staying in overseas. The mother's not even in South Africa. So that means like her interactions with the mother couldn't have been much. But for the mother to form an opinion of her that she doesn't feel like the girl is a good fit for her son. For me, it just means that the events that have happened have truly thrown the mother like off. And the events have been so bad for the mother to say that, even though the mother has not been with her that much. 1 year, 6 months, guys, for your mother, your possible mother-in-law, to have a bad opinion of you within 1 year, 6 months. And mind you, the mother, she's not the mother is extremely sweet. She's not those type of woman that are like, those mother-in-laws that just don't like you from get-go. No, she is not those type of woman. So in 1 year, 6 months, for the mother-in-law to say that, it must have really been bad. It must have really been bad. And another thing that Kanya did, Kanya laid hands on her boyfriend on the show. And tell me, why did they not kick her off the show? Because if it was a guy who did that, he would have been kicked off the show. So why was she not? That girl is toxic on all levels. She's the type of girl that believes it's okay for a woman to slap a man. It's okay for a woman to place her hands upon a man, but it's not okay for a man to place his hands on her. That is toxic behavior. I'm sorry. You can't push a man around. You can't slap him and be like, oh, but it wasn't that hard. And oh, I'm a woman. He's not feeling it. That is no. That is based as GBV. So I don't know why they didn't even take her off the show from then. So anyway, she wants the guy to marry her, and she says she's not willing to have a child outside of wedlock. But by the time the ultimatum came, so within the 2 months, by the time the 2 months ends, it's either the guy or the lady, whoever issued the ultimatum, right, needs an answer. So it's either you need to answer the ultimatum by either marrying the person, or either you walk off and walk away from the person forever. So by the end of the experience, the guy decided to give her a promise ring. And she was not satisfied with that. She was like, what is this? A promise ring? What is this? She was basically giving off the vibes of, do you know how many men like want me? Do you know how many men would like want to marry me? And you are coming to give me a promise ring. Like, don't play with me like that. And I was so happy, because I was just like, the way you are so vile to other human beings who you hardly know, I can just only imagine like how you are treating this guy in a relationship. Because there's no way you're going to treat people you don't know in such a vile manner and tell me that you're treating your partner in a good manner. So he basically gave her a promise ring, and he told her that, no, I just feel like we need to work through stuff. I promise you I'm gonna marry you. And I'm just like, you know what? Everyone was feeling sorry for this guy, and they were like, no, this lady's abusing this guy. We feel sorry for this guy. I was like, no, I don't feel sorry for this guy. These are the type of guys that go for women who are good looking, who have good bodies, and compromise for personality, compromise on character, and then want to play victim. No. No, 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 no. You enable that woman to act like that, because if you did not truly appreciate the way she treats you, you would have left that relationship. So for you to act like now you're the victim, for us, the whole South Africa, to feel sorry for you, no, we are not going to feel sorry for you, because that speaks to your decision making. You have a problem with decision making. For you to, you know the saying, guys, that toxic people attract toxic people. To some degree, that saying is true. You cannot tell me you are always attracting toxic people in a relationship, and you always like, these guys don't treat me well, these women don't treat me well, these women always want to eat my money, these women are... No, at some point you got to do the self introspection, and at some point you've got to realize that you are part of the problem. So he is part of the problem for the fact that he is in a relationship with a vile woman like that. And guys, I'm so vigorous because that woman just... I can't believe that there's a person who treats people like this in this world. Like, who do you think you are? No. Do you think like you're above everyone like that? Like, calm down, like, calm down. And worst thing is that it looks like she is planning, or it looks like she has been kind of like building herself to be an influencer or a content creator. I don't see that anytime soon, because she closed her comment section on social media, and on the X threads they were like, even if it takes 2 years for her to open those comment section, in 2 years time we are gonna be in a comment section to call her out for how she treated people. I don't care like what status you are on in life. Just don't treat people like they are nothing, you guys. Like, don't, like, have some level of respect for people. Like, don't treat people as if... No, as if we are here on this earth to usher you. No, we're not here on this earth to usher you. Yes, Linda, we are in the same city. Sterling, is Isaac rich? I don't know if Isaac is rich, but Isaac is Nigerian. And here in South Africa, if you are a Nigerian guy, we just... I'm saying we... women just think of you that you are moneyed. So yeah, that's all I can say, that he does seem like he's moneyed, because Nigerian guys in South Africa are moneyed, and yeah, they are first choice for a lot of women because they are moneyed. Uncle Bob, Nonzu, come have a braai by me. Nonzu, bayakubiza lapho. Sterling, Isaac is a better man than I am. I would have. No, he is. The way he remained respectful. And that's the unfortunate thing, Sterling, that I feel like women, especially when it comes to GBV, we get away with so much. I feel like he knew very well that if he acted in a different manner, or if he gave off the very same energy that she was given, that he was given, it would have not ended well for him. So that's just the thing about being a guy in South Africa. When it comes to GBV, there's just certain things you just have to allow a woman to do, because even coming out as a male and coming to say that you were abused by a woman, there are still parts of the world that actually laugh at that. They laugh at that because they're just like, how is a woman like doing that to you? So I really like give him a round of applause for that. Sterling says, I think Isaac is codependent. Definitely. So that is Kanya. So the reunion is airing tonight, I believe tonight. I am curious to see if they did end up together, because Kanye was saying that she is going to break off the relationship. She is basically not willing to settle for a promise ring. She just wants to get married. She's not willing to settle for that. So we are going to see on the reunion tonight if they really ended up together, what ended up happening. We're gonna see. But some people actually were speculating that she's not gonna make it for the reunion because of the hate she's been receiving. She did issue out an apology letter, and in the apology letter on social media, she was like, guys, it's an experience. I was under so much pressure, and that's why I acted in those ways. Not that I'm saying it's excusable, but like I was under so much pressure, just like everyone else. I was going through an experience like everyone else, and that's the way I acted, the way I acted. But nevertheless, she says something like, I am a strong-willed, oh, I've got a strong personality. And I'm like, no, ma'am. One thing about people who are outspoken and people who are rude, they like saying like, I've got a strong personality. You can still have a strong personality and not be rude to people. The fact that you are forthcoming and the fact that you're a straight talker doesn't give you the permission, or doesn't, yeah, it doesn't make it okay for you to be rude to people just because you've got a strong personality. You can still have a strong personality and still be kind to people. So she says something about, I've got a strong personality, but nevertheless, you guys, I apologize. But I am not taking that apologies, because for me, if you are going to apologize, she does say, by the way, that she did issue out an apology to the people that she feels like needed an apology. I feel like if you're going to issue out an apology, don't try and justify your actions. Just apologize and keep things moving. But if you're gonna issue out an apology and be like, no, I'm just like this, I just have a strong personality. For me, it just feels like you haven't done enough introspection to see that there's a problem in the way that you come off to people. So people are saying she might not come to the reunion because of the hate. But for me, I honestly think the best thing that she could do for herself at this point is come to the reunion. I feel like that is her only and last chance to kind of redeem herself. And I really hope that the people around her and are advising her to tell her that, you know what, just humble yourself and apologize to the whole South Africa. And not only to the whole South Africa, because international folks have been watching the show. I really hope that she just comes out and apologizes to the whole world of the way of how vile she's been. I feel like that's the only way people are gonna sympathize towards you, because as human beings, like once a person like asks for forgiveness, we are bound to feel something for them. So if she, but yeah, so I really hope people around her advising her to do the right thing and just to come out and apologize for her actions. And I really hope that she really like does that, because if she doesn't do that, you guys, I really don't see things working out for her as a content creator. I really feel like every corner she's gonna have to walk at or in, or whichever is the correct word, people are gonna come for her. So if she really knows what's good for her, she must just come to the reunion and just apologize. By this time, I believe the reunion is airing today, so I believe it has already happened. I don't think it's live. So I really hope she made it for the reunion. And by the way, you guys, on top of that, on TikTok, there was a lady who actually came out and said that she was actually being bullied by Kanya, the very same girl. She says that she was being bullied by Kanya in primary school, and that Kanya's mother is such a sweet person, and that the lunch that Kanya's mother would pack for her, Kanya would not like the lunch. She would not like the lunches her mother would pack for her, and she would bully other children to have their lunch, to take their lunch. So a lot of stories have been coming out about her just to prove that she's such a vile person. And I'm just like, she really must be going through so much. And at this point, I really just feel sorry for whatever's going through in her heart. But on her social media streets, she is pregnant. She has given birth. She does have a child. And I'm just like, for the sake of your child, I really hope that you have changed, because if this is just your way of dealing with problems, like, this is just not healthy for a child. But anyway, maybe tomorrow I'm going to come and do a live reviewing like the reunion, and I really wish her all the best, because you know the saying, hurt people, so she must be going through the most. My phone is on 15%, so I'm really going to try and speed up this so that I can bounce. Anyway, guys, please don't forget to like the live stream. If you have not subscribed, I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. That is my goal. So I truly appreciate it if you can just assist me by subscribing and just helping me to reach my goal. I truly would appreciate it. Next couple, Ruth and Isaac. Ruth and Isaac have been dating for 3 years, I believe, you guys. They have been dating for 3 years, and this guy has not introduced this girl to any of his family members and any of his friends. Now you tell me, why would you bring a guy to a show where you're issuing him an ultimatum to marry you, whereas this guy has not introduced you to no family, to no friends? For me, isn't that like a clear indication that this guy truly does not want to go that mile with you? Why would you still want to get married to a guy that you need to force in order for him to at least, okay, some cultures are very like strict when it comes to introducing girlfriends and all of that, but your friends, you have not introduced your girlfriend to any of your friends, and you're telling me you want to get married, like you're telling me you see a future with her? No, sir. So she decided to bring this guy on the show, even though this guy has not introduced her to no family, no friends. On top of that, she says that at certain times of the day, like towards the evening, she is not allowed to call this guy. She's only allowed to text this guy. I don't know what that is, guys, but it's giving vibes of a married man who has a different life, and he just stringed you along. That's the vibes it's giving. But I want to believe the fact that he came on the show clearly means that he's not married, because if he was married, like, why would he come on the show only for his wife to possibly come out and, air the news that they are married? But I'm just like, sometimes, guys, as women, like, just read in between the lines. Read in between the lines and don't allow these guys to waste your time, because I believe that's clearly what the guy was doing. He was wasting her time. So the first night they actually got to, because when they get to the show, they actually are given rooms. Excuse me. The first night they actually got there, you guys. So they were speaking about how do they feel about changing partners and etc. And Isaac brings up the issue that he has with Ruth is that Ruth can go the whole day not asking her man, how was your day? How's work going? Like, she basically doesn't check up on him. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but Isaac was basically saying that hurts him a lot. Like, how do you say you care for a partner, whereas your partner doesn't even care to ask about how's your day going? Like, how are you doing? Like, she doesn't do any of that. And Ruth did apologize for that. She did mention that she feels bad that she's asking something of him that she does not give out. She does apologize for that. But it does seem, you guys, that these people are going through a lot in their relationship in terms of they are not meeting each other's needs. And I'm like, why are you guys still together? There's just some people, they are in relationships. You know very well that you are not meeting the person's needs and the person is not meeting your needs, but you guys are still together for what, guys? For what? Because I'm just like, why are you guys together? You guys, deep down, you guys know that you guys should just break up, but you guys are just holding on to the memories, to the good memories. But that is not good enough in a relationship. It's not good enough to stay in a relationship just because of good memories. So Ruth just basically feels like this guy is not serious enough with her, and she feels like this guy doesn't give her attention and all of that. And it happens that Ruth is paired with another guy. What is the guy's name again? He's Nola. Yeah. She is paired with another guy called Nola, and Nola is her trial marriage guy. And it happens that Nola and Ruth have this chemistry, guys. Like, this chemistry is so apparent. Like you could feel it in the room. So she decides to pay, and I'm just like, that's where she went wrong. Like, I believe if you're gonna go on a show where you are gonna kind of like be in an atmosphere or in spaces where you are gonna be possibly paired with other men, and you know very well that your relationship with your current guy is not on a good place, don't go for a guy that you know that you are attractive to. Like, that is just gonna ruin everything. And she decided to do that. And guess what? It happened that when she was in a trial marriage with Nola, she indulged in sexual intercourse with this guy. Not once, not twice, not thrice. You guys. The embarrassment, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge because I'm just like, how do I don't want to judge, but she had sexual intercourse with this guy, and yet she has sexual intercourse with another guy, yet she brought her boyfriend to the show because she wants her boyfriend to marry her. And I'm like, girl, like, what are you trying? Like, what are you doing? But that's why I'm saying that I feel like people are less forgiving towards women than men. Because tell me why. The guy she had sexual intercourse with was the guy, he was trending and everyone was coming for him. But people are like, we love Ruth, we love Ruth, we love Ruth, we're cheering for Ruth. And I'm like, no, guys. Like, Ruth has a great personality overall. But can we call her out for what she did? Can we call her out for what she did? Because even if the relationship was not on good terms, no excuse is excusable enough to cheat, you guys. Even if you're a woman and you feel like your man is not satisfying you, I don't believe that there's no justifiable reason for me that grants a person to cheat. No ways. And especially for you to do that on national TV. Nah, guys. You must have like at least a certain level of respect that there's something that you shared with this person. Have a level of respect for this person that I shared. Yes, I might not be into this guy anymore, but I shared something with this person, and I'm at least gonna give him respect by at least not doing this. But Ruth decided to do that. She decided to, like, guys, I don't know. I don't know like why Ruth would do that, but I know definitely she's coming to the reunion. But I think another thing that made us like be less harsh on her is the fact that she did apologize when the news actually broke out. Because the guy she was with, Nola was given the ultimatum by his girlfriend, but Nola on the show was trying to play two women. He was trying to basically secure his side on. He was basically trying to secure his position in both women's lives. So the woman who actually brought him to the show, he says he loves that woman, and he'd keep telling that woman like, I love you, I want to marry you, like all of that. But when he was with Ruth on the other side, he kept telling Ruth that I want to leave the show with you, like we've got this chemistry, whatnot, like you're the type of woman like that I'd want to be with, like they. And I'm just like, my guy, like, why are you trying to play a woman on a lie, like on television? But that's the thing, and that's the reality about majority of South African guys. I feel like Nola just portrayed the truth for majority of South African guys. That's what they'll do to you. They will tell you, they will get into a relationship with you and tell you, I have a woman on the side, and I don't want to be with her anymore. I want to end things, but I'm just feeling sorry for her. And you go ahead with that. You're like, no, let me be patient with him. You stick around because you like the guy. Kanti, on the other side, by his woman, his woman knows nothing about that. His woman knows that everything is going well. Kanti, on his side, he's basically just trying to play two women. So when Ruth noticed that this guy is trying to double cross her, she decided that she was going to go to the guy's girlfriend, to the guy's main woman, and she was going to tell the main woman everything. So she told the main woman everything. She's like, listen, I think that you should hear this from me. You should not hear it from anyone else. Because I believe that Ruth and Nola had agreed that they were not going to tell anyone about it, that they were going to tell their partners after they had left the shooting, basically. But Ruth was like, no, I am not about to go down alone. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Like, she was like, I'm not about to go down alone. She knew at that point that she was going to lose Isaac. She knew that she was going to lose her man. So she was like, if I'm going to lose my man, most definitely, sir, you are going to lose your woman, because you know what? We did this together. So she goes to the woman and she's like, listen, I think it's best that you hear the news from me and not from anyone else. Listen, I was doing the shenanigans with your guy. Not once, not twice, and not thrice, and I'm going to leave it there. I mean, anything beyond two, you guys, like, that is not a mistake, you know? And then the woman, what is her name? I forgot her name. The woman, Nola's girlfriend now, was like so shocked and so surprised. She was like, thank you for telling me the truth. And she just walked off. And I felt sorry for her, because at that point she felt like she's the fool. But one thing that I believe in, just because a person decided to do wrong towards you, it doesn't mean you're the fool. Just because you love a person wholeheartedly and you go through extreme lengths for a person, don't ever shy away for having a heart of loving people wholeheartedly, because I'm like that. If I love a person, guys, I will go through lengths for you. But one thing I've noticed, that just because people have hurt me, it doesn't mean that I should stop like the way I am. Yes, I should be discerning on who I get to like show my love towards, especially to those extremes, but I will never feel bad and I will never be apologetic for being the way I am. So quite frankly, I feel like the girlfriend should never feel stupid that she loved this guy so loudly and so much, only for him to come on a show and do her dirty like that. So anyway, the girl decided to break things off. She left the show, and she was like, no, I cannot be with a guy that's like this. She said that she knows that the guy is, excuse the noise, you guys. She said that she knows that the guy does flirt with women, but she didn't know that the guy cheats. And I'm like, chances are this guy has been cheating all along. Because for you to cheat with a woman that you met like 3 weeks ago, and mind you, like it's on TV, you know there's cameras, like you can't hold yourself for 3 weeks. Like you can't hold your dignity. You don't even have like any little type of pride in you to tell you like, I can't do this in front of like in front of everyone. No. You don't have respect for that woman. So she left the show. So on the reunion, we'll be seeing if really she decided to put red lipstick on her lips and decided to put white paint on her face and act like the clown by taking that guy back. Because if she does at this point, she'll be the clown. I'm sorry. But a man like that, for a woman like that, woman respects herself so much, she deserves a man who's going to respect her. If he wants to be for the streets, she should allow him to go ahead and be for the streets. So we'll see on the reunion. But I really hope she didn't go back to him. And then when the news came out to Ruth's boyfriend, Isaac, that she was actually doing the shenanigans and doing the dance with someone else's man's, he was just like in disbelief. And Ruth was not apologetic, you guys. She was like, I am not sorry for what I did. She's like, no, like I knew what I was doing and I did it because I wanted to. And I'm like, ma'am, can't you at least be considerate of the guy's feelings? I feel like that was a bit inconsiderate. When you are wrong, you should be able to say, you know what, like, I am wrong. Even the whole thing of like, I'm not sorry for having sexual intercourse with another guy, I feel like she should have kept it to herself. But saying that to a person's face, like, I feel like it can damage a person's self-esteem. You guys, my phone is on 5% and it's about to switch off, so I'm gonna have to end the live right here. I am so sorry. Tomorrow, you guys, I'm gonna come here and do the live, and my charger is very far, and I'm far from a charging socket, so I'm gonna end the live here. Thank you so much for joining this live. I have to go. Please make sure that you subscribe. It is for free of charge. Please make sure that you like the video. Guys, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Please do subscribe. It's for free of charge. Thank you so much for all 7 of you who are here. I appreciate you. Love you, love you, love you, love you so much. And tomorrow, hopefully, I'm going to be here to review the reunion. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Let me see. How do I switch off this?